The Duggar family's strong Christian views and their fame on 19 Kids, Counting and its spin-off, Counting On, enthralled viewers for a long time. Because to their traditional family lifestyle, large families, and conservative views, the Duggar family became a cultural phenomenon in the United States. However, not every member of the Duggar family has had it easy. For instance, Josiah and Lauren Duggar's marriage has recently been the subject of a lot of discussion. Previously a model for. No one can ignore the underlying strain that is currently plaguing other young couples in the Duggar group. The early stages of Josiah and Lauren's courtship. The courtship between Josiah and Lauren Swanson was somewhat of a fairy tale within the Duggar household. Despite his past involvement in a courtship, Josiah made headlines when he revealed his relationship with Lauren. Their romance was a popular topic among family members ever since the world first learned about them through the Duggar family's reality TV series. Participants. They courted as everyone watched. After that, there was footage of their wedding and engagement. The couple's relationship seemed to be ideal. Soon after their June 2018 wedding, they announced their wonderful news. They were expecting a child. Their admirers were thrilled to hear the news and eagerly anticipated the next chapter in their family story. Regretfully, the newlyweds experienced a terrible loss shortly after getting married. In October of 2018, Lauren experienced a terrible miscarriage, leaving Lauren and Josiah in mourning. As usual, the Duggar family poured out their prayers and support. Prior to the terrible loss of their kid, there had been indications of vulnerability in their relationship. They expressed their grief and their convictions honestly. However, the encounter seemed to cause a rift between them, an opening of the silent tempest. The relationship between Josiah and Lauren started to exhibit mild indications of stress, even though the Duggars' depiction of steadfast loyalty and faith. Even while the Duggar family appeared to be supportive, there were several warning signs that their marriage was anything but happy. Some underlying friction began to surface in the couple's online interactions. The once harmonized photos and endearing phrases have been replaced by updates that are more serious and aloof. Their once shared posts, which began as sincere expressions of love and faith, became to feel more like tasks. The cost of upkeep for the Duggar. Josiah, one of the more introverted Duggar siblings, seemed to be especially affected by the family reputation. The problems in his marriage might have made it harder for Josiah to deal with his personal issues while being in the spotlight. It appeared that he was retreating even further into himself by choosing to remain silent about the issues in his relationship. Lauren seemed to be reeling from the weight of her own emotions as well. The responsibilities she faces as a mother and wife might have been challenging for her, a lady who had also been raised with conservative values. A warning sign that anything was off in Josiah and Lauren's relationship was the announcement that they would not be having a second child in 2019. In contrast to their social media sharing of the excitement of their pregnancy, they had not been as candid and genuine about their loss. Subtly, the couple avoided public displays of affection and became less forthcoming about their sentiments. Some fans believed the couple was simply going out. Some began to feel something more nefarious was happening, while others went through a private grieving process. Before their miscarriage, was their marriage already experiencing a quiet storm? Could it be that their relationship was under stress in addition to the loss? The weight of the public's expectations. The public's constant interest in Josiah and Lauren's relationship may have put them under a lot of pressure. Any marriage would struggle to cope with the pressure of expectation when the Duggar family documents everything they do. The Duggars have established a reputation for strictly following family rules, maintaining conventional gender roles, and placing a high value on faith and obedience. The tremendous strain to meet this standard of consummate devotion and perfection may have put Josiah and Lauren's marriage to the test. For someone like Lauren, who was raised in the same religious community, there might have been a lot of pressure to adhere to these values. As a young lady in her 20s, one would have assumed that she would have happily accepted the roles of wife and mother. However, what occurs when a person's experiences and feelings in a marriage don't align with the romanticized view of it? It's possible that the Duggar family's fixation on presenting an idealized picture exacerbated the hidden conflicts in their marriage. It's possible that Josiah felt even more pressure to constantly demonstrate that he was the perfect Duggar spouse and son. The fact that he never discussed his issues in public caused his admirers to wonder if he was battling an inner demon in secret. His outer actions occasionally seemed to be at odds with the quiet sadness that many believed he was carrying inside, which affected families and religion. As the silent storm of tension increased, it became clear that both Lauren and Josiah were struggling to find a way to reconcile their personal experiences with their beliefs. Many members of the Duggar family are deeply rooted in their faith. However, what occurs if they seek answers in their faith but are unsuccessful? Despite their relational and emotional difficulties, it's likely that Josiah and Lauren asked themselves this question after enduring everything that they did. Faith in the context of the Duggar family includes both personal conviction and the need to uphold the family's values. Suppressing their own emotions to maintain that ideal can cause emotional distress for some people. According to others, the idea of being unfairly yoked in a marriage may have made the disputes that emerged between Lauren and Josiah. It's possible that the Duggars' insistence on gender norms made it harder for Josiah and Lauren to communicate their feelings, which made them suffer in silence. For a long time, they kept their romance a secret. Despite maintaining appearances, attending Duggar family gatherings, and posting glimpses of their lives on social media, they were secretly aware that their marriage was experiencing more issues than anyone could have imagined. Breaking through the calm storm, the Josiah and Lauren's marriage was ultimately rocked by a storm that had been steadily brewing. Fans began to lose faith in them when their once adoring love began to exhibit signs of strain. On social media, there were fewer family updates, more mysterious comments, and fewer public appearances. An important plot point in the Duggar family's public lives was the exposure of their romanticized marriage to the complexities of everyday difficulties. Josiah and Lauren are thought to have discreetly ended there. Late in 2021, the couple's courageous choice to divorce after little over 3 years of marriage was remarkable in and of itself, even if the details of their relationship were never made public. Although they didn't specify why they broke up, their quiet after the breakup speaks plenty. What's next, Lauren and Josiah? Nothing is certain for Josiah and Lauren's future, even after the calm storm that ended their marriage and resulted in their divorce. Many people are hoping that the couple can overcome their disagreements and move on with their lives. Public opinion has been split because of the unusual nature of the Duggar family's divorce. While some have shown sympathy for Josiah and Lauren, others have been scathingly critical of them for not living up to the Duggar family's values. Josiah might be able to discover himself and experience emotional healing. Perhaps he was able to finally let go of the pressure to live up to the Duggar family's expectations, which had been emotionally burdening him. Additionally, Lauren, a young lady who was constantly watched by the public, would at last be free to live her life as she pleases without having to adhere to social norms. Josiah and Lauren Duggar's future is uncertain, but one thing is for sure. Their story reminds us that hidden from the outside world behind the smiles, cameras, and seemingly perfect family life is often a quiet storm. Their story is one of self-discovery, pain, and realizing that no, a partnership is always perfect.